What's up, my friends? Paj here, and let's talk about some TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Let's talk about that today because, man, that is one of the key ingredients of being a man. Not only a man, but like a fucking caveman, like a savage, you know what I mean? So let's talk about that. Very, very important thing, and something that I guess is overlooked sometimes, and it's just because of the lack of information out there, or the lack of real information. It's a different thing. Like real information and what the doctors are kind of telling you and like things like that. Two different things, okay? So most doctors, when you go see them, they're gonna tell you they're gonna test your stuff out, and then they'll tell you if you're like, let's say for instance you're at a 400, you score, like you do your test and it comes back as a 4 or 500. Well, they'll tell you, oh, that's average, that's an average testosterone count, and it's normal, that's a normal. Well, here's the thing though, okay? First of all, whoever made that the average, okay? And how do they know it's an average? Like it makes no sense, number one. And number two, more importantly, is that wouldn't you rather be optimal than average? Being optimal is what you should definitely strive to be, not average. So obviously that means that the 400 or 500 score, it should be way higher. Realistically, you want to be somewhere between 800 and 1200. Obviously that varies also because of what kind of life you lead, what kind of genetics you have, what age you're at, if you work out, if you don't work out, if you eat good, if you don't eat good, if you tried doing steroids at some point in your life and did it wrong, where you actually hurt your endocrine system, that happens also. So, a couple of things that you need to know about TRT, okay? Number one, basically somewhere in between 25 and 30, definitely at 30, your testosterone level will drop. Your growth hormone level also drops. You're talking about a 30% drop when you hit 30 years old, okay? 30% of your testosterone that you've been used to having, that's giving you that drive, that all the good stuff that comes with it, the libido, the recovery, the strength, all the good stuff, drops 30%. Then on average 1 to 2% every year after that will drop, which is insane, because if you do the math, I mean, you're talking about you being half the man you were at the on average when you're like 50, which is crazy. So a lot of people also talk about anti-aging, this anti-aging clinics and anti-aging. Well, here's the thing though, man, anti-aging that's a whole nother thing. So that's another benefit of testosterone, is anti-aging. But some clinics are TRT clinics, some clinics are anti-aging clinics. They're basically the same thing, because when you're on TRT, when you're on growth hormone therapy, when you're on testosterone replacement therapy, you're basically with replenishing the deficiencies of those hormones. You're slowing down the process of aging, and in some cases you're actually reversing it a little bit, and you're adding years of valuable, healthy, awesome years to your life. It's not just physical too. Like a lot of people leave out the mental part of when you have TRT therapy and growth hormone therapy, the mental part of it is a giant portion of it. Like, you know, when I hear people tell me, you know, hey, you know, man, I've been feeling great in the gym. My pumps are crazy. I feel a lot better. I feel this. I feel that. Blah blah blah. But more than anything, man, in my head, I have like this different kind of mentality. Like I have this like different kind of drive, and I have this different kind of positivity. I have like this, you know, I have a like replenished view on things, but it's all in the best way possible, like positive and strong and very fulfilling. And I feel like I can do anything, and I feel like I can, you know, go through a wall mentally, which is even more important to me, to be mentally strong than to be physically strong. Being physically strong is great, but if you don't have the mental strength to carry the physical strength, you're just half a man, you know what I mean? Really, the IQ, the mental strength is what's going to really be important, especially as we get older. I mean, I'm 42 years old, man, and I can tell you right now, man, I'm more into strengthening myself mentally, emotionally, you know, spiritually than physically. Physically, I mean, I'm super strong. I feel great. You know, I do MMA training. You know, I do weight training. I do, you know, crazy hiking. I do rock climbing. I do, you know, I try to stay super physical, and I try to stay, you know, on top of my whole thing, you know. But man, as I get older, I want my mentality to be stronger than any other part of me. And being mentally strong actually makes you stronger every other way. So actually, when I make sure my mentality is stronger than any other part of me, makes every other part of me a million times stronger and better, which is awesome. You know, so you actually get that whole benefit on top of it. If you haven't tried TRT, you know, you got to make sure that you go to the right places, you know, that you're getting pharmaceutical grade products. You're not getting it from some dude in the gym. You know, you're not getting it from like Mexico, you know, from the La Farmacia. You know, you're getting it from places where, you know, it actually is regulated properly, is produced properly. You know exactly what's going into your body, and you know exactly what you're going to be getting out of it. You know, safety should always be first, so don't like get it crazy and get in there and start being abusive and abuse something, because you are, you know, if you're doing TRT treatment, if you're doing growth hormone therapy, if you're doing any of that stuff, it's really important that you do it correctly, because the reason you're doing it is to feel better, is to be better, is to replenish deficiencies, is to make yourself a better person, right? Better human being, physically, mentally, everything, right? So if you're putting into your body something that just says something on a bottle, but you don't know really if what it says on that bottle is actually what's going in your body, then you're playing Russian roulette. And that is not a good game to play when it comes to your health, okay? So you have to make sure, be smart, don't be stupid, don't be cheap, don't be greedy. Like, don't try to save 20 bucks, 30 bucks and go with the cheaper option because you want to save 20, 30 bucks. You should value your health. You should value yourself enough to go, you know what, I'll even spend another 20, 30 bucks. But I know exactly what I'm getting. I know where it's coming from. I know what's going in my body, and I know what the benefits are. I know what the risks are. I know where everything is. Okay, so now, you know, so there's no questioning. There's no like guessing. There's no guessing here. Like, you know exactly what's going in your body. You know exactly what it's going to do, and you know if you do the wrong things with it, if you take too much of it, if you're not following basically the protocol, and you start to get crazy and get greedy, you know, then you know the risks affiliated with that. You don't need a ton of this stuff, okay? You don't need to take 1,000 milligrams of testosterone a week to achieve all the benefits, okay? There's a huge difference with somebody who's trying to be like Mr. Olympia, okay? And somebody who's just trying to look awesome naked and be able to have a good time with their wife or girlfriend or whatever, okay? Huge difference. You don't want to get in a habit of being abusive, because this stuff, if not taken correctly, if you're not taking it how you're supposed to take it, will, have more side effects than benefits. So that would make no sense to do. If you're going to do it like that, then you might as well not do it at all, okay? You got to be smart. You got to give it time. You got to do the right things. You got to take the right things. You got to do the right protocol. It's just like anything else. But more than anything, which is weird to me, is that people will get this, going and get on a protocol, and they will do the dumbest things with this. They'll do too much. They'll do it for too long. They'll start too early, as in their age. Like if you're too young, you don't need it. If you're too young, you don't need it. So if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, man, I'm 20 years old and I want to get on testosterone, and because I want to get jacked and I want to blah blah." Okay, the first thing I tell them straight up, I'm like, "Look, man, I get it. Okay, I understand why you want to do it, but here's the thing. Let me tell you what you'll be doing to your body if you did that. Okay, let's talk about that. You're going to be, hurting your endocrine system. At 20 years old, you're producing enough testosterone. You don't need to add anything to it right now. What you can do, to boost your testosterone, like, change up your diet. There's some foods you can eat that'll boost up your testosterone a little bit more. Nothing crazy, okay? It's not going to be comparative to doing like synthetic testosterone. But, at 20, you don't really need a lot, man. At 20 years old, you're going to be making, unless you have some kind of deficiency, some kind of problem with your endocrine system, you don't need to do testosterone therapy at 20 years old. Now, when you start creeping up like in the 25, range and like the 30 range, it can possibly be even in the 25 range, because after you turn 21, you start drinking, you start partying, so you're not sleeping as good, you're not working out like you were, you're not eating as clean, all those things have something to do with it, okay? So what you want to do is be realistic. You have to look at your lifestyle, okay? So that's when people come to me and say, "Hey, Paj, I'm thinking about doing TRT. I've been reading online. This. What do you think I should do?" Okay, so my first question is, have you had your blood work done? If you have not done your blood work, let's get it done. Now, here's the thing with blood work. You don't have to go to a TRT clinic to get your blood work done, okay? You can go to Quest Diagnostics. You can go to LabCorp. You can go to any, what is it called? Anytime Test or something. Anytime Core Lab or what? Any labs, I think that's what it's called. You can go to any of those places. You can, pay somewhere between $70 and $100, and they will take some blood. They'll send it to the lab. They'll get your test. In about 2-3 days, you'll get it emailed back to you. You have it. Then what I'll do is, like, if people contact me, I'll say, "Okay, you got your blood work done. Let's sit with one of my doctors and figure out what everything looks like. Where you're at. We know you're here, whatever it is, okay?" And then we come up with a protocol system that fits your age, your gender, your activity level, your lifestyle, every little thing matters. Like if you smoke, then it's a little different. If you drink, it's a little different. If you drink heavily, if you drink socially, if you're getting enough sleep, if you're working out, if you're not working out, what kind of workouts are you doing? Like, all of these things are factors. These are the things that most doctors that you go to will not even pay any attention to, okay? Now, most doctors also have to worry about, like, malpractice shit, like telling you too much or telling you, I don't know, things that they're not supposed to tell you because of politics and things like that. Well, lucky for me, I'm not a doctor, okay? But I have doctors that are on staff with me that I can go to for information and things like that. So I can say things that they can't say, which is great. And I don't have to worry about, any of that, the ethics of being an MD. And then they can handle their part, I can handle my part. But what you're gonna get with me, man, is you're gonna get straight up, no bullshit. You're gonna get exactly what you want to know, the most realistic way possible, the most realistic results possible, and how long you should do it, and how often you should get tested, and what giving blood does. I mean, like, all of this stuff. Like, my goal, like, I've been doing this I've been around this since I was like 16 years old. Okay, before it was like a fad, before TRT clinics were a thing. I was, around doctors, and I was learning about all this stuff. Like, I started being a personal trainer when I was 16 years old. So I wanted to know everything that had any kind of relation to anything that goes on with the body, not just working out and eating right. Okay, like, I wanted to know, like, what do hormones do? What are the benefits of high testosterone, low testosterone, whatever. So luckily we have a lot of doctors in my family. So and I have a lot of doctor friends. So I would just constantly ask them questions, man. Like, what does this do? What does that do? What is it? So and I might have driven them a little bit crazy by doing that, but my ultimate goal was for my clients, for my personal training clients, to get the most optimal results out of being a client of mine. So along with putting their fitness and diets and things like that, all that program together, I also wanted them to get tested so I could sit down with the doctors and figure out what's going on with their hormones, because I know the hormones play a big role in the whole thing. So I was always around it, and I've known professional bodybuilders, learned a lot from being around a lot of these pros and things like that. I was a NPC judge, so I've been in that whole world. I was a sponsored athlete, so I've been around that whole world. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this thing. It's really important to me to kind of like not only help people get like their hormones right, like their diets are right, like their workouts are right, but also it's really important to me that I try to help as many people be educated on the importance of your hormones, and this is not just for guys either, man. So women also have testosterone. They just have very little amounts of it, unless you're a female bodybuilder or something like that, where you're or power lifter, female power lifter. They take some male hormones and things like that to get stronger. But they're doing it specifically for a reason, and it's a different thing. You should get to understand your body, because the better you understand your body, which is different from anybody else's body, then you understand what the things you need to do to make your body optimal. Not average, but optimal. And that is always my goal, is to make you optimal, never average. Average is something you can do on your own, So for me to come in and, hey, let me help you become average, well, you're already at average. I'm not really doing anything. But you come to me and say, hey, I want to be optimal. That's where we're going. I'm going to make you optimal. So I'm going to take you to that next level. And getting you to that next level is not a difficult thing, but you have to be realistic, and you have to be patient, and you have to put in work, okay? Just like anything else, man, in life, if you don't put in work, you will not get results, okay? That goes with business, fitness, health, whatever. if you don't put in work, you're not going to get anything back. So, you know, I can only educate you, help you, plug you into the right places, right things, right people. But the work part of it is going to be on you. Now, I'm always there. So my clients hit me up, Paj, I'm feeling like this. What do I need to do? I'm feeling like that. What do I need to do? Man, man, today is a tough day for me. I don't know if I can make it to the gym. You know, I'll light a fire in your ass, okay? That's not a problem. That's the easy part. But what makes me happy is to know that I light that fire and you fucking, you know, you run with it. That's what makes me happy. And it makes me happy when, you know, people, you know, call me back, text me, whatever, and say, hey, man, Paj, you know, I'm so glad I reached out to you. You changed my life. You helped me. You educated me. Now I see things differently, you know, and it trickles into all these other parts of their life too. It's not just that part. So it's a big thing, man. It's a big thing, and I'm super blessed to be able to, you know, help people, and I'm very happy to help people. And you know, getting paid for doing this it's almost unrealistic, because I love doing this, man. This is like one of those things that, you know, you hear about the people that do work, or they have these jobs. But man, when you do what you love, it's not work. It's not a job. You're just doing what you love, and you're making a living doing it, which is just a bonus, which is what everyone should strive to do. You know, you should try to do what you love to do, because if you do that, man, you got it made. Do what you love to do, and you got it made. You're never working. We'll figure out what it is that it's going to ultimately make you happy being on this planet, you know, being in this universe. And then do that. You're going to put something in your body, I suggest you go through a pharmaceutical company if possible, and not a compounding lab, just because the regulations of a pharmaceutical company are a bit different than going to a compounding lab. I make things easy. Just reach out to me. I'll help you out. We'll talk. We'll figure out what's going on with you, what the best route is to take, and get you right and get you feeling amazing, and get you in the best optimal you that you can be. Well, life's too short, guys, you know, so get out there, make the best of it, make your years count, you know, love the people in your circle, and be a little picky there too. Don't let anybody in your circle, okay? So be a little picky there too, but, you know, try to live the most positive way you can live. Enjoy life. Try to make life beautiful for yourself, the people around you, the people in your circle, and just be a good fucking human being, man. That's what life's about. So reach out to me, and I will help you do all of those things. So, okay, guys, well, I appreciate you guys watching and listening and hearing me talk about a bunch of crazy stuff. Hopefully this video has helped you in some way. And also, if you know someone that this video may help, please share it with them and let them watch it as well. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell button, any other buttons that you see on there, hit those too. And I will be doing more videos like this. And also, I will be doing more specific videos of the different compounds, you know, different kinds of testosterones and other things, so that you can be educated on what they do, side effects, protocols, dosages, all that good stuff. So I'll be doing more of that stuff. So make sure you stay up and up. In the meantime, reach out to me if you have any questions, and I will help you out any way that I can. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.